at 10. This is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Developing news out of New Britain as we come on the air. 2 police officers were hurt after a crash. Good evening. I'm Alexa Farrell. Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 10. The mayor's office confirms that 2 officers were involved in a motor vehicle accident on West Main Street. Details are scarce this hour. We're told that the officers were responding to that area to assist with locating a suspect vehicle involved in a disturbance. Now, thankfully, both officers were not seriously injured. Our team has calls out trying to learn more about the crash. We'll update you live as we learn new information. All right, turning to the weather now. Some spot showers, some storms out there tonight, but what is up ahead of us is pretty much shaping out to be a stunning Labor Day weekend. Meteorologist Ryan Breton standing by. Ryan, a special night for you tonight.
I know, it's our last show together, and I'm very happy that we have a good Labor Day forecast coming up, Alexa. And for that matter, much of the first week of September looks beautiful around here. We had 85 in Windsor Locks today, 83 in Hartford, 82 degrees in New Haven. There were some showers and thunderstorms that moved through parts of the state this afternoon. Not everyone saw one, but especially through the middle of the state and then into eastern Connecticut, there were some rumbles of thunder and bolts of lightning. There is a cold front to the northwest, but a lot of the rain is starting to dry up. We might have an isolated shower tonight, but more importantly, the humidity that's out there now, dew points in the low to even mid 70s in some spots, will be dropping by the time you wake up tomorrow morning, and we have a beautiful Labor Day ahead. So you may wake up to a couple of clouds, and it may be a touch humid in the morning, especially on the shoreline. But as we go through the day tomorrow, dry air moves in. It's a beautiful day with high temperatures across the state in the mid to upper 70s for most of us, but look at northwest Connecticut, Torrington 72 and Waterbury with a high of 72. So we'll have a crisp September feel by the end of the day tomorrow. And that's really the story this week. I don't see any real heat, any real humidity, and we have several days until our next chance for rain. I'll be back with the timing on that and more on your Labor Day too, all coming up. Alexa?
All right, Ryan, thank you. Now, most have the day off, but not state troopers. They've been on the roads keeping travelers safe. So far this holiday weekend, they've had nearly 3,000 calls for service. There were 316 speeding violations, 12 DUI arrests, and 192 crashes. One has proven fatal in Windsor. And in Cromwell, someone was seriously injured. Now, this running total only covers Friday at midnight to Saturday at 11:59 p.m. Tomorrow is looking beautiful if you're headed to a state park for an end-of-season swim, though an important reminder from officials. The number of lifeguards at swimming areas is being reduced. Lifeguards will be on duty at Rocky Neck State Park and Hammonasset Beach from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., but other parks will not have any on duty. All designated swimming areas will be open this weekend with the exception of Indian Wells State Park, which is closed for the rest of the season due to recent storm damage. With many heading to area lakes and beaches this Labor Day weekend, some first responders are doing the same. Waterbury firefighters spent the day training for water rescues. Fox 61's Jake Garcia has a sneak peek into their training and has safety tips if you plan to hit the water this weekend.
Whether it's from the shore or in the water, Waterbury firefighters spent Sunday training for water rescues in 2 different scenarios.
So today we're practicing 2 different stations. We're practicing saving a victim who might be in trouble from the shore. Additionally, we have a victim that's in the water. We're practicing saving victims from a motorboat. Firefighters
each got a turn playing various roles in the training. City officials say now is the perfect time to train.
Well, it's important that we practice our skills to assist our citizens during the busy Labor Day holiday season, and making sure that we're ready to respond to any water rescues that might occur.
Officials say water levels are elevated from all the rain we've seen recently, and they want people to be prepared when recreating on the water.
This is a lake, but some people end up, using rivers and streams. Right now, because of all the rain, they're running very quickly, and they get taken away, and they lose control much quicker than they think is going to happen.
And for first responders, seeing the devastation from recent floods across our state is another reason why they want to train.
Luckily, we didn't face that here, but you can see what happened in Middlebury, Oxford, Southbury. They got got really hammered with it, and people lost their lives because of it.
For people who are hoping to go boating or take a swim across the state, officials say to practice safety by never going alone and knowing your limits.
We just like to make sure that people are aware of their swimming ability and don't enter water to a level that they're not capable of swimming in.
And if you're going to a state park, be aware of signs before going for a swim.
But you should obey all posted signs on the beaches and around the waterways at all times. Situations could become dangerous quickly.
Officials say for first responders and residents, it's all about safety.
We want people to come and enjoy all of our recreational facilities, but we just want them to be safe, and we want them to go home at the end of the day.
In Waterbury, Jake Garcia, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Some great tips, Jake. Thank you. A man is in the hospital tonight, badly burned in a fiery crash on South Adams Street. This happened last night around 6:50 p.m. Fire officials telling Fox 61 just moments ago the driver crashed into a tree and the car caught on fire. The driver is 86 years old and from Manchester. He was trapped inside the car, but not before sustaining life-threatening burns. We're waiting for an update on their condition. The fire department is investigating. In Ledyard, police are looking for two suspects accused of taking merchandise from the Dollar General. They released surveillance video of the two people believed to have stolen from the store. Police say they left in a silver SUV. They believe it's a Ford Edge. Now, if you recognize these two, please contact Ledyard Police. The Israeli military told reporters early this morning soldiers recovered the bodies of 6 hostages held captured by Hamas. One of those hostages, a young Israeli-American man whose family has been calling for peace to bring their son home. Fox's Trey Yingst has the latest from Tel Aviv tonight.
The bodies of 6 hostages were recovered in Gaza early Sunday, including a 23-year-old Israeli-American man, Hirsch Goldberg Poland.
We are in a difficult day. The heart of the entire nation is torn.
We've been attacked from various corners of our nation by pure terror. And the most sadistic of all is, of course, the killing, the brutal murder of 6 innocent civilians.
The military said they were all killed by Hamas shortly before Israeli forces arrived and were found in a tunnel under the city of Rafah in southern Gaza.
They are cruel and disgusting and despicable terrorists who have no problem murdering people as they did.
Later Sunday, President Biden and Secretary of State Antony Blinken spoke with the parents of Goldberg Poland. In a statement, the president said he's devastated and outraged by the killings.
I think President Biden and Vice President Harris are turning over every stone in their efforts to secure the release of the hostages and protect the lives of the hostages and achieve a ceasefire. I don't think they go a waking moment without focusing on this.
The deaths spurring protest and intensifying calls for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to reach a ceasefire and hostage release deal. Netanyahu said Hamas refuses to seriously negotiate.
Whoever murders hostages does not want a deal.
Over 100 hostages are still being held in Gaza by Hamas. 7 of them are American. In Tel Aviv, Trey Yingst, Fox News.
Tonight marks 2 weeks since catastrophic flooding hit southwestern Connecticut, and we're learning several updates on the recovery efforts. Governor Ned Lamont says crews are working around the clock to reopen roads. So far, 24 of the 30 state roads impacted are back open, along with 4 out of 5 rail lines. Starting Tuesday, small businesses and nonprofits can apply for micro grants of up to $25,000. And while Seymour Public Schools opened this week as planned, Oxford schools are set to open this coming Thursday, September 6th. As these communities wait for funding to come through, the Seymour Oxford Food Bank needs your help. In the last week, the food bank gave out around 3,400 pounds of food just for flood victims. On Thursday, Fox 61 partnered with the organization to collect food, hygiene products, and other items. And of course, over the course of a few hours, trucks and trail loads of items were dropped off.
This is something I have never seen. I mean, this is a community really coming together, the state of Connecticut. Seymour, Oxford, we're a small town, and the outcry from the public has just been tremendous.
Fox 61 was proud to take part in the relief efforts at the food bank, helping to gather the goods and present a check from our parent company, Tegna, for $5,000. Now, if you didn't get the chance, there is still time and ways that you can help. Scan that QR code on your screen. It'll take you to Fox 61's flood relief page. There, you'll find out how to donate money directly to the food bank. The organization also has an Amazon wish list. Last check, they still needed non-perishable meals and cleaning products. A busy morning for state police. Troopers tell Fox 61 they were called to a street takeover on the Route 571 connector in Berlin multiple times. For at least 7 people, ages 21 to 35, were taken into custody. Police say they were trying to block the road to make way for a street race. The first call was at 1:55 a.m. Another call came in at 4:20 a.m. and police began making arrests. Stop sticks were used to disable cars. 6 of those arrested are now facing separate charges, spectator charges, excuse me. One man, 24-year-old Kevin Correa Martinez, is facing charges for allegedly trying to run from the scene. All right, before we head to break, let's take a trip to Uncasville. The Connecticut Sun playing host to the Seattle Storm at the arena this afternoon. A tight game, but the Sun managed to hold on in the second half, beating out the Storm 93-86. Brianna Jones was the leading scorer with a season-high 26 points. Connecticut and Seattle play again on Tuesday at 7, also at the Mohegan Sun Arena.